And welcome back. Sorry that last video got cut short, but it was showing that Barack Obama had been making mistakes about what his real faith is. Is it Muslim or is it a Christian? And obviously, if George Stephanopoulos had asked him the question, "Do you mean your Christian faith?" That is very unsettling. And I pray that he is what he says he is, but his actions certainly do not show that. Now, I want to go down to another article that was pulled up today, because in Revelation chapter 6, verse 6, Jesus paints a picture of us and shows us that people will be working all day long for a very small amount of food in the last days. And if you read the chapter 24 of the book of Matthew, and chapter 21 of the book of Luke, and also the chapter 13 of the book of Mark, you will see that in those chapters there, the Lord gives us a warning about famines, and again the wars and rumors of wars and civil unrest and all different kinds of signs. But when it comes down to famines and unrest in Revelation 6:6, we see the people are working all day long for a very small amount of food. This shows us that the price of food must have gone skyrocketing, and this is what's happening today. And there are many reasons for it. You could scroll down into some of my archives there, and I show you some of the results of why food is going up. We've had really severe weather, droughts and floodings, and pestilence that destroying crops, freezing weather that never used to destroy crops, but now it's becoming on a regular basis. And all of these things are causing higher food prices to go up. Now, just to show you that what the Lord told us is actually happening, and we're seeing these birth pangs of this, there's an article that came out that I'm going to point my attention, and your attention, hopefully, to. It says the cost of living in the U.S. climbed more than forecast in January, led by higher food prices, or prices of food, and fuel that may be starting to filter through to other goods and services. The Consumer Price Index increased 0.4% for the second month, exceeding the 0.3% median estimate for economists surveyed by Bloomberg News. Figures from the Labor Department showed today in Washington. The so-called core rate, which includes or excludes volatile foods and fuel costs, rose 0.2%, the biggest gain since October of 2009. So it's growing economies in Asia and Latin America are boosting global demand for oil and other commodities, rising cost for American factories, accelerating growth and promoting some companies to carry out beginning of the year price increases, even as consumers remain constrained by unemployment at 9%. So here we have a really good view of the problems not only in America, but they're having these same problems in the Middle East, and they're having these problems in the European Union as well. Prices are going up continuously, and it's causing a ripple effect in not only the economy of the United States, but the economy around the world, because when the prices continue to go up and people are not able to afford, it only generates problems within the economy where people are not buying as much, and so you have people being laid off and people laying off in factories, and it's a snowball effect. But these are the effects that we see in Scripture, and I'm telling you, according to the word of the Lord, it's going to get worse, because in Mark 13:8, Jesus told us that the last days events were going to happen as birth pangs. And believe me, if you've been following the news like I have for the past since 1977, it's just been unbelievable how fast and how strong these birth pangs are getting. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really focusing on what's happening with the riots and the economy right now, because there is a global financial crisis coming worse than the first depression. And when that happens, you will see that the Antichrist at the end of the day will emerge from the ashes of this ruined present economy, and he will be able to control this new system that the world leaders, by the way, are already talking about establishing. So you really need to pay attention to detail in the scriptures, because everything that he said was going to take place, we see those very things in the process right now.